Hello Sagittarius, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess, here to do your weekly read from September 17th to the 24th. I hope you're having a good weekend. Thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't yet, I'd love to have you on board. If my readings don't resonate with you, I will not be offended. I don't take it personally. Plenty of good readers here on YouTube. If you find that they don't resonate, you can always check on your moon, rising or ascendant, and your Venus to see if that resonates with you better. But here's your reading, Sagittarius. Okay, bottom of the deck. Something dodgy is going on around you at the moment. There's some sort of deceit happening for you at the moment. Now, I go either way with this card. Sometimes I see it as not so positive. Other times I see it as a more positive card. But I'm sorry, this feels like something dodgy is going on around you, and maybe your intuition's already telling you this. Now, it could be that someone's taking from you, stealing from you, but it feels to me like someone's doing something underhand with ideas or thoughts. So please, if you're not aware of this already, use your intuition. Something very strange going on there. Okay, we may get some clarity here. Okay, so the first card out is the Ten of Pentacles. Oh, I'm using the Julia Massaglia deck, by the way, the After Tarot. There's money here. You've either come into money, you've got an inheritance, you're quite well off. Like you're not wanting for anything at the moment. It's like you have enough. But this is definitely talks about being content with your situation, you know, having enough financial stability, having a home, having what you need. It's all here at the moment. So wherever you are in your life, you are content for the most part. Very strange start to a reading. Okay, and the next card out is the Three of Pentacles. So maybe you've been working quite hard with someone else to get to this point. Because, you know, the Ten of Pentacles talks about the journey. It's the end of a journey to bring you round to something, as you know, being the 10. And it feels to me like you've been very content with where you are. Maybe you haven't felt like anything was wrong. I have so many messages coming in at the moment with this one. It's blowing me out. You've been working really hard with someone towards this, and now you've sort of got to the point where you're feeling very content and very happy with where you are. Now, this could be at work, because certainly this is a work. The Pentacles, the, you know, feeling of you know, having enough from what you're doing, and the Seven of Swords could definitely be a career reading or business reading here. But whatever it is, Sagittarius, you've been working really, really hard towards this. You've put in a lot of time and energy with other people, but you've done it. Okay, there's a stability with this card too, because it always feels like churchy or, you know, architectural. So it sort of always feels like it's really stable building or stable circumstance. Okay, next card out is the Three of Swords. Now this comes out in reverse. Perhaps you've, you know, come to a point in your life where you're extremely happy after undergoing much heartache in the past, because this can talk past heartache, and it's in reverse. So it's not like you're living in this energy now. You're in a very new energy. What I know in this particular deck, in the After Tarot, is that the swords have been removed here from the heart. And even though the heart sort of bears a little bit of wounding, then the pain's no longer there. And for me, this makes me feel like whatever you went through in the past, you've now got past it and you've built this new stable life for yourself, whether this be at work or whether it be in your personal life. It's like you've left this behind to get to where you are. That's really nice. Okay, so then we have the Ten of Swords. Okay, story starting to unfold here. I think for some of you have had a really happy, stable life, and something has happened that was dodgy. There's been some occurrence, some deceitful behavior here that's undone all that you've done. It may be that you're in a relationship and didn't see this coming. because that's what it feels like. It may be that you've been in a job and you've got everything down, and now they've given you your notice or asked you to leave. There's this feeling that something here has been done that's quite underhand, and I don't think it's by your hand. I think you've dealt with all your past and you've got things all in order and you've been quite content. Perhaps you haven't seen this coming. Maybe the organisation that you've been working for has collapsed. Because now we have this betrayal card, this death of something. It's the 10. It's the end of something. And I'm feeling like in the 5 of Swords that we had in the beginning here, you either had maybe a little bit of thought that it was coming, but maybe someone hasn't been truthful with you, whether that's in your work, career or business. Definitely something dodgy happening here. Okay, and then we have the Fool. Yep, you're off to a brand new start. I don't see any grief here or misery. I feel like you've just been able to go, well, you know what? I just need to start again. And I'm good with that because I've dealt with all the crap in the past. And I'm okay with moving forward on something new. Because this is the feeling here. This is your leap of faith. Sometimes I look at this poor guy and he's smelling a rose as he's about to fall off. And I think that's how you're feeling at the moment. Like you don't have to worry. Everything's right in front of you. You've got everything in the bag. Okay, and then the next card that comes out is the 8 of Swords, and it too is in reverse. And some of these cards are great in reverse. This 3 of Swords, 8 of Swords. This means you're no longer letting your thoughts and energies restrict you. You've done a lot of learning through the building up your own personal kingdom, your own whatever it is. You've left your heartache behind, and even though this betrayal has come, you're very strong at the moment. So maybe you did see that 7 of Swords coming, because you are able now to let go of your thoughts and feelings and move forward here. So that in a way, that's fantastic, because it's like you've made yourself more stable through this process. There's no emotion, or there's no cups and there's no wands. It's all swords and pentacles. So you're very calculating. You're very calculating. You know what you want. You know the direction you have to move in. And even though you've been hurt in this, it's almost like you planned it out. So then we have the 5 of Cups. Now the 5 of Cups talks about not looking back at the past, being able to look forward. And that's the only thing here that looks like maybe a bit of a trap for you. So please be careful of this, because you've done such good work, Sagittarius. You don't want to go backwards. So this is the first card that's come out with emotion. So maybe looking at this, maybe you've worked your way back from a very big disappointment and betrayal in the past, and you're having a new start here. Whether this be at work, career or romance, definitely a brand new start for you. You've left behind the things in the past here. Don't look back at them. You don't need to. You're on a new journey in the Fool. And then we have the 8 of Wands. So whatever this is happening here, you've got something new, something different, something wonderful rushing in. It could be love, could be a new job, but whatever it is, you're very passionate about it. In this particular card, of course, you've got the Archer firing the arrows of love. So it could be love that's coming in after a period. Maybe you did have a big heartbreak and you've worked your way back and now you're ready to move forward again. But you don't want to look back at the past like this, because you look like you've done good work there, Sagittarius. Okay, and then we have the Page of Wands. Now, the 8 of Wands talks about shooting an arrow, and it looks to me like you're firing that. It may be you wanting to send this out to someone. It may be you wanting to send arrows of love to someone. Maybe that's what's bringing you round after a period of disappointment and misery. Yeah, because you've got a second chance at something here. Wow. This is really good. This is really good, because you're really back on top of it now. It's almost like you've found yourself again. You let go of all the worries, stress, you've been able to forgive, get rid of the betrayal, and you're able to move forward on something new here. And this is a second chance at someone. Oh, someone. I just did a Freudian slip. Okay, could mean that you're going back to someone. I don't think it's the person you left behind here, though, but maybe someone that you've been in love with before or known before that you now realise you're in love with, because you're moving back towards something. Now, if this is a career reading, And it's quite likely a career reading here. Maybe you've left one situation because there was deceit there, and you're moving on to a brand new situation that you absolutely wanted. Maybe it was a job that was offered before or something you always wanted to do, but you're moving to something brand new here. You've got an opportunity to rebuild yourself. That's pretty awesome. Sagittarius, what a nice reading. You know me, I like a good story. So good work, though, you've done on yourself, whatever you've been doing, because you've been able to release a lot of bad stuff. And that's always good when we're able to do that. We don't like baggage. Okay, look at this. So the card you got was Death, and it says a time of natural transition and transformation. And really, I feel that here. It's almost like you've been through this whole, it almost tells a life story, like you've been through a lot of pain, regret, you've had to do a lot of forgiving and rebuilding, and now you're coming back to get a second chance at something that you've always wanted. Nice reading, Sagittarius.